Hey bitches, what's up? So I'm gonna start getting on here this week coming up and continue filming more tarot videos because I did it the other day and I really enjoyed doing it. After a long time of not doing it because I've been dealing with shit. So don't take it personal if you're like, what happened to this bitch? Why hasn't she been on here? People got a life. I got to deal with family stuff, my health. So whenever I get a chance, I get on here, and it is what it is. But I made, I did talk about in one of my videos about my Ouija board experience, and I wanted to do a part two on it, what happened, stuff like that. And pretty much in this video, on the other video, I covered about me having an obsession about playing with the Ouija board, um, getting one, playing with the Ouija board, not following rules, and basically shit started going downhill for me. I started feeling very depressed, very upset, and I started drinking very heavy alcohol and shit. So, with that said, um, I didn't talk about my whole experience about what went down, uh, playing with the Ouija board made me realize a lot of things. Number one, it is not a fucking game. Do not ever think it's a fucking game. It's a spiritual tool. So if you are like gonna use it, I would recommend you you know, you saging your house, saging the board, incense, cinnamon, all that you can do because like I said, it's a spiritual tool. Another thing I wouldn't recommend doing with a Ouija board is playing it in your house or playing it at the cemetery because a lot of shit can break loose, hell can break loose. Um, my error that I thought I was doing was never, never, ever, never drink while you're playing the Ouija board because being under the influence and talking to spirits, they can be very they enjoy that shit because they can just possess you, they can fuck with you, they can freak you out. I mean, it can happen in all types of ways. But pretty much my shit was I was going through a little bit of a hard time and ended up wanting to find out some answers on the Ouija board. As I played with the Ouija board, shit started going downhill. I started drinking, becoming very depressive, very upset, crying a lot. Pretty much like there was something hovering over me. And when I ended up taking pictures and shit like that, it would end up, I would see like an image behind me, like drinking. Um, I'm pretty much thinking it's some type of a soul um, that was they didn't have any type of peace, you know. Um, they call it an alma perdida, a lost soul, and a lot of times they'll attach to you and make you feel how they were feeling, lost, depressed, um, wanting to be dead, having no hope. Um, I really felt my after all, I pretty much still blame GERD on having GERD on the Ouija board because that's where all my problems started for me. What else happened? Pretty much feeling, being, drinking, continuing drinking, and playing the Ouija board made everything way worse each day because I would be seeing shit like the door opening back and forth. I would be hearing voices. I would feel like there was no need for me to live no more. There was no purpose for me. Like I honestly thought at one point I wanted to call or just be in an asylum. Like, I was thinking I was going crazy, and I was just feeling like there was no purpose for me at all. Like, for you to be like, you want to go to an asylum and stay there with a whole bunch of crazy people? Yeah. I was thinking I was crazy. I was missing a screw. Um, I was almost feeling like a vegetable type of way because it was like I wouldn't even talk a lot of times in the daytime. I would just eat and sleep. Um, be very uneasy. I didn't even get good night's sleep. It would be like a lost or a missing soul, like just a lost soul, like just walking back and forth, not wanting to talk to anybody, not thinking everybody would understand where I was staying at with my father-in-law's house. I wanted to just get my shit and go. Sometimes not even get my shit. It was like I wanted to leave, but I wanted to stay, but I really needed to leave. Um, at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I was making plans on how to leave, how to go. Uh, it's a very horrifying experience. And how, you might ask, did it turn out that I snapped out of that? Um, to be honest, because I do not like to lie and shit like that. It was really hard. It was really hard to snap out of that. And I did not do it by myself. Of course, I tried to pray and do all that, but pretty much there is a certain website where there are witches and people that work with witchcraft and all that type of stuff. But just remember that just because it says I work and I do this and that doesn't mean that everybody is honest, right? That everybody's honest and they're going to help you out. A lot of people are just basically gold diggers, just after your money. That's all they want. And, did you want to, te quieren ver la cara. They just want to see, basically, they're two-faced people. They're telling you they really want to help you, and all they want is your money and to move on to the next victim. So there was two people. They were trying to help me, as they said, and pretty much stole money, but it wasn't, I'm not gonna say a brutal amount of money. The third person that I came across was a lady, and she's in Spain, and um, this lady, I ain't gonna say it came out cheap. She pretty much charged me $1,000. You heard it right. I didn't pay it all at once. Obviously, I had to pay her 600 first, and then the other 600 when after like a couple of weeks or a month, I said in a couple of weeks, in order for her to go ahead and do the whole ritual for me and stuff like that. Do I have her information and everything? My phone pretty much lost it and swept everything out of my phone. So I would have to go back to that page and look for her if I needed to. But pretty much what she did for me was a ritual, um, to, if there was anything disturbing me, making me depressed, making me upset, whatever the fuck, whatever type of spirit came out of that Ouija board and was attached to me, to fucking leave me, get the fuck away from me, and all that type of shit. Honestly, I don't know what she did. She told me she was gonna do ritual, or some sort, of a ritual in a cemetery, because she basically worked with, um, the dark forces and stuff like that. So she told me I work with Satan and stuff like that. Me being desperate at that moment, I didn't give a flying fuck. I just needed help where help needed to be. I I wasn't able to finish the whole ritual like she wanted me to, just because she wanted me to um say things. It was like a part of me that was supposed to do it. It was like an inverted cross, and I was supposed to. Hey, girl. Yes, I'm doing this video here and doing part 2. So yes. But anyways, guys. Um, what was I saying here? What was I saying? Yes. she pretty much wanted me to do an inverted cross, and in the inverted cross, it was a little procedure thing, and then after that it was mm, she wanted me pretty much to say, like, banish God out of my life. He's not welcome no more, and just accept Satan in my life. And I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, in the past, I have asked God for help and stuff like that. And I cannot just turn my back. I mean, I was having my differences with God, wondering if he was real or not, or what the fuck was going on. Why have he forsaken me, abandoning me, letting me go through this hard moment and time in my life. So I didn't do that part, but when she tried to help me, because I was having this issue with eating, it didn't really help at all. It pretty much I'm gonna say I paid her the $1,000 so she can do you know, um take the spirit away or whatever the hell was haunting me. And I kid you not, that night, that was like the third day, or the day that the last day that she was doing the ritual, because she spent maybe 3 to 5 days doing it to get it the fuck out. I heard a voice say Satan, like that, like say Satan's name. And I didn't get scared or freaked out or anything. I just said she's doing her job. She did say she works with him, so um no, for real, Donna. I ain't joking with this. I did. Some voice said to me, I was sleeping, I was trying to sleep, but I still, couldn't. But I was like hoping this girl is gonna really, help me out and shit. This woman's really gonna help me out. But that's all I heard. I was sleeping at night and everything, and all I heard was a voice say, like that. And I opened my eyes, I was okay. And then the next following day or whatever, things I noticed I was being more talkative. I was talking more. I wasn't putting up with people's shit, like I was being a little bit more tougher, talking more, being like, I am worth it. I am somebody. I am beautiful. I am this. I am that. Like, it was like a part of me was giving back to me. And at that moment, I knew that she came through. She actually, helped the bitch out. And I'm very grateful that I found her, because honestly, if I found so many fraud people, and two people I ended up paying and giving them money to help me out, and all they did was basically laugh at my face and tell me they were going to help, and they just pretty much used my money to get whatever the hell they needed, and pretty much give me a middle finger and said fuck you to me. So but I really think that everybody, whatever they do with my money, or taking money and saying you're gonna help somebody because you see what the fuck they're going through, you see they're desperate, they really need help and everything. So um yeah, like, now, that I think about it, I always think about it because I think it's so weird, that I was feeling a certain type of way, and then 24 hours later, little by little, the only thing, I'm still dealing with the GERD, I honestly think there is some type of a consequence working with the Ouija board. So even if you do find some type of a witch doctor, or witches, they do exist and they're out there, um there's always going to be some type of consequence or something, and you wonder why you're still dealing with, or how come any type of hoodoo, witchcraft, spells, rituals are not working for you. And I start to think that it's probably, you had to learn a lesson. You fucked with something, you had to learn a lesson, and you're punished in some type of way. Thankfully for me, I didn't have to stay that way, the way I was thinking about myself. It was horrid. It was horrid. I was thinking, so like, you can even imagine the pain and everything I was going through. It was horrid. um I pretty much, not that I'm happy with GERD right now and anything. Obviously, I would love to eat and go to all you can eat buffet and stuff my face and shit. shit. But if I had to pick, hey, you can eat whatever you want. You can eat. You don't have to worry about that. But you have to be like you were before. I would say, fuck that shit. It's okay. I'll deal with this shit right now. Because I feel like I can think better now. I am sobered up. I can think. I can analyze things. I can do me and fend for myself the best way I can. But the way I was before before I found that lady to help me out, I was a fucking wreck. I honestly think I would have, if this shit would have been going on for more, I probably would have killed myself. I ain't gonna lie. I really think I would, because I was just in a very depressive, dark, horrid place. And I really wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. To have a spirit or a lost soul attach to you and basically start sucking the life out of you, because that's what they're doing. They're making you cry, they're making you angry, they're making you upset, they're making you suffer, they're making you not express yourself, feel all this pain, all this sadness every fucking day, making you feel like you're not worthy, making you feel that the people that love you and the only people you have around you don't give a shit about you, making you feel like if you were dead, life would be better off without you. It's horrible, you know? It's a horrible experience, you know? Um, but yeah, like, what is it? Yeah, it's I had to make another video about it because it's just a long story, guys. And Janelle and Dana, I appreciate you guys looking at my video and everything, because um a lot of people, I seen videos on YouTube, and I don't think people really understand how dangerous playing with a Ouija board is. Like I said, it is not a fucking toy. I'm still surprised. When I go to Books a Million or Barnes and Nobles, they have them there. I think Barnes and Nobles has them, like games and shit. You know, like for most of the time, I think people on Halloween like to pull that shit out and start fucking with it. But the weird thing is, if you're, I will say, a God believer, if you're a person that believes in the supernatural, if you have something the other side likes, because like I said, I played with other people. I played with my husband, I played with a friend. They're not God believers though. I am. I believe in the supernatural. My husband is more of the opposite of me. He's a Libra, but he doesn't really believe. He doesn't believe in the afterlife. He pretty much thinks that you die, you die. You know what I mean? There is no afterlife. There is no hell. There's no heaven. It's just in between. It's like you die. It's like you're sleeping a deep sleep, and that's it. It's horrible to think it that way. Me, I think there's more to it, because I mean somebody had to fucking put the sun, right? And the moon and the stars. We have all this technology now, but back in the day we didn't. So it had to get there somehow. And I really doubt a human being can do such remarkable things, right? So um yeah, let me just say I am very happy and I'm grateful that I'm still here telling the story, breathing, um, you know, being alive, like it's like wow, like I think about this and it's like I can't believe I'm still alive. I'm breathing. I actually survived something like that, because I really dude, like it brings tears to my eyes just thinking about it, because it was so horrible. It was it was the horriblest thing I ever been through. I mean, I would not never wish this on nobody. And I kid you not. I mean, it's easy for me like to get on here and be talking about, because YouTube you can sit here and talk about and make up stories and shit like that to get many views. But at this point, I just wanted to share my story. So, I just wanted to share my story. So if somebody has ever been curious of using a Ouija board, if you're gonna use that shit, I can't prevent nobody from using it, but be the fucking careful. Be fucking careful, because that shit ain't a joke. It's it's not a fucking joke. It's not a joke. I have been through so much. And like my girl Janelle, she she was telling me she had gastritis, and she is thinking it had to do something with a spirit as well. Um, but it's it's been hard. I'm still alive. I'm still dealing with this thing, the GERD and stuff. But it just to let you know, this shit ain't a joke. It is not a joke. When people definitely do not have it near your kids if you have any kids. Um, Sometimes I'm just happy when I was doing this type of stuff. I was living with my husband and my kid was still in Chicago because we were still doing a home moving thing. So he wasn't part of it. Because I honestly think with my son around, I wouldn't have never played the Ouija board because I do know the consequences, and usually spirits sometimes like to go for, innocence, um, kids, little people that are very innocent, to prey on. So I honestly think if my son was down here at that time, I wouldn't have never played with it and fuck with it. It was just very I spent days just fantasizing about playing it, about asking questions. And when I remember when the shit started going down hard, I was alone. My man went to work. I started asking uh, she is very popular, and all that. And she pretty much helps people that, like drug dealers, prostitutes, pretty much anybody that you would consider the black sheep. She protect her because at that moment I really needed help, somebody that I trusted and stuff. So I started the Ouija board, and it says Satan. And I said yes. And I'm like, can can you help me with this situation? I really need some help. And he said, yeah. And I'm like, what do I have to do for you to help me? And he spelled it out, just ask. And I remember asking for me to not feel that way. I remember asking for wrong. And it said, all right. Um, so he spelled um done, but I want something. And I said, what do you want in exchange for this? And he said, I want your soul. He spelled it out. And I said, if you can help me out with all this shit that I just asked you for, um, consider it done. And he said, all right. And he started telling me, but in Spanish, he started freaking, telling me, spelling each word by word. Darte la vuelta, darte la vuelta, darte la vuelta. What that means in Spanish is turn around. So he made me turn around and turn around and turn around like 3 times. And all of a sudden, whoosh, like this thing, I don't know what it was, a shadow or something. I just saw it ran across the room like the speed of fucking lightning, bro. Like, I'm telling you, that day I wasn't drinking and I was not doing no type of drugs or anything. I saw something just go. It freaked me the fuck out. I left the Ouija board, I threw it on the bed, and I went outside, catch a breather. My heart was pumping, about to come out of my chest. And I was like, shit, I cannot leave the board like that. Like it didn't even say goodbye. So I went back, calmly started talking back, because I'm like, I can't be a pussy. I need to make my shit happen. So I say, you still there? I say, yeah. And Yeah, are you still there? Yes. Um, where are you? And it said it was in the room next to my red blanket and stuff, which was this one. This is my red blanket. And it was saying it was sitting on it. And I was saying, um, can you appear yourself or something? Like my ass, right? Why am I trying to, say shit like that? But I just started saying it. And he said, I can appear myself, yeah. And I'm like, would I get scared? You know? Would I get scared? Because I had a mirror in front of me. And I'm like, look, can you appear yourself? He's like, look in the mirror. And I was like, are you gonna scare me? And he said, no. And I'm like, are you gonna show your true self? And he said, no. And I'm like, well, why not? And he said, I'm gonna show you. He spelled it out. I'm gonna show you. How did he say? Let me see. He said, you're gonna see what I want to show you, not what I am. And I said, why? He said, because if I show you my real form, you will get scared. So, with that said, I shut my mouth up. I was trying to see if I can see him through a mirror. I didn't see shit. I was scared that I might have seen something, but no, I didn't see nothing. He didn't appear to me. I tried many of times talking to him, see if he would appear to me, if I would see him. I never did. But at nighttime, I would always sense like a certain presence, like somebody was there in the room, somebody was standing in the corner, somebody was watching me. Like it was horrible, it was horrid, because it's like there's nothing there. I do not see nothing, but I do sense a presence. There is a presence there. There's something. I know there's something here watching me, something keeping their eye on me. So yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. But pretty much what this story pretty much, let me just say, not everybody has a happy ending when it comes to this type of shit. There's a lot of people that have died. I have heard many other stories that some people have been asking about when are they going to die, and they end up dying the next day. um I did things that I did do things that I did do that I think fucked me up was, number one, I asked. Um, I remember my man asked, but we both asked if it knew God and Jesus, and it got pissed off. The other signs that I should have known something was going wrong was it started counting backwards. It started going from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. The alphabet started going backwards. Um, Also, it will go in the middle sometimes, and just start making a figure eight all over the board. It also talked about, sometimes when we talked about it, it used to say that we were talking to Pazuzu or something like that, which I know it's an evil spirit out there. So, um, like if I wanted to be like, can I talk to my grandma? It would say no. And I said, why? She is not here. Like, you know? There's a lot of times we try to communicate and they wouldn't try to fake it, because I would have thought it was some type of an either angel demon or something trying it. But honestly, sometimes I think the Ouija board is mostly darker spirits, lower frequency identities, and all that type of stuff. Um, you know what I'm saying? Because I see it more for fallen angels than anything. So yeah, that is my experience with the Ouija board. I did see a lot of shit. So I'm telling you guys, I am telling you, take it from me. You don't want to be freaking number one, be getting shit like me over here, not eating, getting GERD, getting gastritis or some shit like that. You don't want to have a state of mind that you're feeling you're worthless, you're depressed all the time, you're arguing all the time, you're just basically destroying yourself, drinking, um, not having any value for yourself, pretty much being in the mute. Like I had no way on expressing myself, communicating with myself, wanting to leave your family, like wanting to leave your husband and just go, with random people, like so many weird and crazy shit, would go into my head, you know, and it was crazy. Right, Janelle. So, um, it's crazy. It's crazy. And like I just said, don't fucking do it. It's just don't fucking do it. Just don't fucking do it. I actually recommend um doing tarot before uh fucking with a Ouija board. But also when you're looking for somebody to do you, there are some people that do their tarot for other people. And this has happened to me before. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm telling you guys because I had this shit happen to me. I'm gonna tell you guys. Um, I went, besides the Ouija board experience, I went to somebody to do my card reading, but it was a lady and she had like her house was her business. So it was pretty much like me putting a sign outside that says tarot readings for $10 or $20, whatever. And she would read hands, she would read, and to be honest, she wasn't a good reader. She told me you're gonna have two kids and I was gonna remain with my husband or my man at the time, which I'm done with him and stuff, and I did get married and shit like that. But let me just say this. When you're inviting different types of people in your house, you don't know what type of vibrations, what type of energy, what the fuck they've been doing, and that energy enters their home. Sometimes those identity stays in their home. I honestly think I picked up something bad from going to her house because it's clientele plays, it's you're getting different customers all the time and you don't know where these people have been, what type of energies, where are they coming from, what are they dealing with. So that day I was pissed off because I'm like, man, I paid this bitch $40 and she really didn't tell me shit and blah 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 blah. And or $20 or something. I don't know how much I spent. But I kid you not, I went home. I got home, and when I got home, my son was sleeping. My son was sleeping and stuff like that. It was like, or my son went to sleep when we got home. And like an hour, 30 minutes later, an hour after he fell asleep, my son ended up having a seizure. My son never had a fucking seizure before. Never, ever, ever. And I still blamed it on me going to those people. I don't know what the fuck did I pick up. I don't know what the fuck energies I brought back home with me. But like I'm saying, um, that was before the Ouija board. That's what I said. When I was messing with the Ouija board, my son was with my mom far away in Chicago and I was in Florida. So, my son was getting like pretty much seizures like every week, like twice a week or something like that. And gradually, as we started praying, putting our candles, throwing agua bendita everywhere and stuff like that, it has decreased. So now my son only gets a seizure maybe like once a month or once every 2 months. But it's scary as shit because I have to watch him. I have to he cannot sleep alone. We have to make sure because he'll start getting like spuma out of his mouth, like the foamy stuff. And we have to make sure, And it only happens when he's sleeping, and never he has never had any of these attacks when he's awake. We have taken him to doctors. Everybody, the doctor says he's perfectly fine, just like me. I'll go to um I'll go to doctors when I just did my shit, and they just say I'm perfectly fine. Right now it's like you have GERD and inflammation here and there, but you can eat. You're fine. You're perfect, you know? So when doctors are telling you you're fine, there's nothing, you're not dying, there's no sign of nothing, and weird shit like that starts happening, you know? So I am a stupid bitch, I will admit, because I was younger when it comes to the cards, and pretty much me twice already trying to um get some answers from somewhere, trying to know stuff. I have fucked myself up good, I love my son. I never meant to hurt my baby. And I'll do whatever it takes, for him to get sanito again, and you know, Santa Muerte has heard me, and God has heard me too, I believe in Santa, I believe in God, I believe in my angels, and I work with them, and I have seen my baby little by little, all the time that has passed, he's been doing amazing, that shit doesn't happen every week like it used to, and stuff. And when it happens, if it happens, it's yeah, there's sometimes that it comes and it's like he gets like very tense and stuff, and he like very stiff. But it's once, like I said, once a month, once every 2 months and stuff. And a lot of times we know how to control it or how to make it go away and stuff like that. So, but like I said, it can happen, you know, it can happen with different things. I mean, we all pretty much everybody besides my husband, we have seen crazy shit happen. Like my mom has seen shadows in our houses, shadows, black shadows just pass and disappear. My mom actually was creeped out where we're living because like a few months ago she said she saw my grandma um and the funny thing is there was I think she was talking to my ex or something like that because he was in the house, and they both saw her walk in the house and look at them, and she was pissed the fuck out. So for two people to see her, somebody that's already dead and deceased, she must have been pissed off for something, you know what I mean? But they were fucking like scared shitless when I got home that day. Like, we fucking saw her. Like, we kid you not, we saw her right there, and she was standing and she was wearing white. Like, they both had like that look, like we just saw somebody dead, like come to life or something like that. Like, we have seen crazy shit, but definitely bad spirits, demons. I definitely think it was some type of a person that attached on me and was trying to feed off of me, because that's how I felt a little every day. I felt like a little part of me was gone, a little part of me was gone. And I think if I wouldn't have tried to find help, eventually that spirit would have like just devoured me until there would be nothing left, and all I would be was bones, because it was sucking the life out of me, sucking the life out of me, sucking the life out of me until I could not longer do more. But like I say, I think God is good, God is big. You know, also like I said, Santa Muerte, I do pray to her nowadays, and she hears me. I do feel her vibration. I do feel her. I do get jelly at times because my girl Janelle over there, she's always, having I think she sees her more and stuff, and has better contact with her and everything. And I only seen Santa maybe like once or twice. That I have been praying to her and be with her, and maybe dream with her a couple times, and that's it. So I really would like to see her, communicate with her, a little bit more, like, get to see her and stuff, because she doesn't really appear to me as much as I would like to. But she has her reasons, I'm sure. um but yeah, that's pretty much to For real? She only shows up when she mad? Yeah, because the other time she showed up, she appears to my mom more, and every time she mad for something and stuff like that, you know. But for me, a couple of times she appeared. I think it was I said I was gonna get her flowers or something, and I waited a couple of days and I didn't, and I had a dream with her, and I was like, you know. And another day I dream, but I never see her like in person or anything. It's always like a statue form. I never see her like. My mom has dreamed her like in a beautiful, skinny woman type of thing, or just, she never really sees her in a skeleton form. You know what I mean? I have seen her in a skeleton form, but a statue. All has been statues. I never seen her like move and been like, Kim, do this and that. See, as I'm talking about her and stuff, and I haven't seen her. I just said I haven't seen her, and she never appears to me. And my little necklace of her fell off. I don't know what that means, but this necklace, she only falls off my necklace in specific times. I don't know when she's mad at me or at all, and all of a sudden it'll just fall off randomly. I don't know what she is meaning by telling me. See, there she is. Where is she? There she is. But yeah, you know, I think she's awesome and stuff. But Janelle, you know what we should do, girl? We should do like a collab video and stuff, and talk about, creepy shit or something like that, get our both experiences in there, something. Uh yeah, it could be like maybe get my attention like I'm here and stuff like that. But pretty much, guys, that's my story. I ain't gonna go on with it because that's pretty much. I played with the Ouija board. I fucked up. I asked the lady to read for me in her house, tarot. I fucked up, and I honestly don't think I'm gonna fuck up anymore because no. After the retrograde, definitely. And I think it might be because of the retrograde. I've been feeling kind of down. Like today, I just woke up and I've been down, and like I just been wanting to cry today. It could be that I'm either it's because I'm about to get my period or the retrograde, one of them two, or both mixed together. But one more thing before I go, guys. One more thing. Definitely need to get a better quality camera. I am forgetting that shit. Definitely gonna start doing more tarot. Starting on Monday. Take a break today because I just ain't feeling it. I've been kind of down and shit about the not being. I went to visit a friend and she's like, I'm gonna go with my man to all you can eat, and I'm like, oh girl, have a bite for this bitch. They can't eat over here, but I really do miss food and stuff. I'm just trying to do my best and stuff, but hopefully Santa will be like, girl, I'm gonna give you a break here, take a neutral or something, go eat. Uh, but I am thankful to be alive. I am thankful that I got out of that horrid nightmare. I'm still here. It has made me a stronger person. I do see things differently. To be honest, I never really, I took life for granted and now I don't. I appreciate it, and I am scared shitless of dying now because I have been to that point. I felt I almost died with my heart palpitations and everything. And now thinking of death scares the shit out of me because it's like, where do we go? Um, I think about, is God gonna judge me the wrong way when I die? Am I gonna go to hell, to the purgatory? Be a lost soul here on earth? I mean, so many things. And then sometimes I just think, what if it's just a deep sleep and there's nothing beyond that? It's so many things that cross my mind, and I really just the fear is, dying a horrid death and dying, going somewhere else, and not ever seeing my loved ones again, my son, my husband, my mom. Also, as my husband said, why do I want to go to heaven and die? Like, you can't drink over there, you can't smoke, you can't fuck, we can't eat food, because our souls really do not need all that. I think our souls is like my friend said, we're like a fucking beautiful universe, a galaxy inside this body. This is just a vessel, and inside we have all this beautiful thing that we're full of beautiful shit basically inside, and all of that is needs to come out and stuff like that. So yeah, um but yeah, I am my tips is, if you want to know, maybe you need tips. I think that's the thing I like about tarot. It'll tell you what happened in your past, it'll tell you what's happening in your present, and it gives you a glimpse of your future, depending if you change your ways, what is going to happen, and if you don't change your ways, what is going to be. Because I think sometimes it's just best not to know everything, because I mean, if you were going to die, I mean, get hit by a car, would you really want to know that? Or if one of your kids was going to die before you, would you like to know that? Or you know, I think everything happens for a reason, and we are the persons we are now because of shitty, fucked up decisions we have made. And it is. I honestly do not think I will be this same person right now talking to you guys. I honestly don't think I will be making YouTube videos and putting them out there. I don't think I would have grown some balls now and say what I need to say. I mean, there's still sometimes you can never grow enough balls, you know what I'm saying, to tell people shit how it is, because you only have one life to live and you need to tell people shit how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you uncomfortable and all this stuff. You only have one life to live, and the way I look at it is, we're all that's you. So you're that you're gonna deal with it alone. So we never take, we're never gonna take somebody like, let's die together and go. No, it don't work like that. So it's a very huge, the spiritual world, the spiritual, you know, it's something you can sit and it can drive you crazy just thinking about it. The best thing I know is you have to try to balance your life and think about all the good shit you did and all the bad things, and try to fix all the negative shit you can on earth while you still can. So no problem, Janelle. So pretty much that is it, guys. I'm done with my story. I'm done telling you guys. Remember, don't fuck with things with the paranormal that you don't understand. Yeah, don't fuck with paranormal shit. Do not fuck with Ouija boards. Stay safe. Always make sure to do your research. Always make sure to follow rules. If you do wanna do your thing, and later.